session today so that you have
Okay.
material to review later. Okay. Right. So Bomley, welcome to the IELTS speaking test today. Since this is a mock test, yeah, we don't need to, we can skip all the formality, okay? And just get
Yeah.
right into the test. Yeah. So first, I would like to ask you about your job, okay? Now, why did you choose to become an IELTS teacher?
First, like, it is a well-paid job, to be honest. And besides that, I love working with students who have different personalities. And sometimes it is really rewarding when I can help some of my students to achieve their desired band scores.
Okay. And did your parents support your decision to become a teacher?
Yes, in fact, my father told me to become an English teacher, and I think that this is the best decision I've ever made in my life because now I have a stable job and I've been friends with a lot of my students. So I think that this is a wonderful experience for me.
Good decision, huh? Okay, so in order to become, or in order to do your job effectively, yeah, does it require any qualifications or professional knowledge?
Yes, being an IELTS teacher is kind of challenging because first you have to achieve like at least 7.5 in IELTS and you have to study for some teaching methods and teaching principles for like 4 years. And you have to learn psychology in order to work with students,
Why? Why
especially like
psychology?
students in high school. I mean that you have to know something about psychology because you work with students with different personalities,
Mhm.
like you know how to manage the classroom environment and how to talk to students who are introverts or extroverts, for
Right.
example.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Well, thank you. That should be enough about the job. Yeah, I want to talk about what should we talk about today? Let's talk about influencers. Huh? So, do the influencers in your country earn a lot of money?
Yes, I think so. They can like earn a huge amount of money by advertising and making content online. I don't know how much they earn, but I think they live a really luxurious lifestyle because most of the time they post videos about going to some fancy restaurants or live in a really spacious house, maybe located in the city center.
That makes sense. Okay. Uh, is it hard to become an influencer these days?
Well, I think it depends. Like, if you want to be famous overnight, of course, it would be really easy because you just post some controversial content on online. But if you want to rise to stardom in the long run, I think, of course, it would be really, really challenging because you have to have talent and you have to be really single-minded. Because in order to be famous, you have to encounter a lot of challenges and I think yeah, it really depends on the kind of being famous.
Maybe the character trait that you have, in order to be famous. Do you think that the influencers are good role models?
I also think that it also depends on the kind of influencers. Of course, to me, as I see it, influencers like Kim Kardashian is not a good role model because she rose to stardom through scandals, not her achievements. But like BTS is a really good role model for me because they achieved their success through hard work and determination. So I think that we have to be really careful when we choose somebody as our role model because it can
Mm,
make a really significant impact on our lives.
Okay. Do you want to be an influencer in the future?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, it would be nice if I can be famous, but I don't want to lose my privacy. And I am a clumsy person. Sometimes I'm not good at saying what I want to say. So if I'm a famous person, I think that I would say something stupid and make a lot of people angry. So no.
Okay. Well, thank you. Now let's move on to the final topic of part one today. And let's talk about money. Yeah. So what kind of jobs in your country do you think earns a lot of money?
Yes, as I told you, celebrities and or KOLs or influencers in Vietnam, they
Um,
had a really well-paid jobs through advertising. And another kind of job that can help people to earn a lot of money is doctors. I think because like in Vietnam, there is a lot of demands for good doctors. So doctors can earn a large amount of money.
okay. So what if you have a lot of money? Yeah. What would you spend it on?
If I was a billionaire, I think that the first thing I wanted to do is to go to BTS concert. I've been a fan of BTS for years. So the first thing I want to spend my money on is to go to their live concerts. I want to see them in person. I have a burning desire for it.
Okay. Excellent. Right. So I think that should be enough for part one today. Yeah. Now let's get a move on to part two today. So in part two, you have 1 minute to make notes and 2 minutes to speak. Okay. And here I will share you my screen and the topic will appear. You have your pencil with you? A paper and pencil? Ready to make notes?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
excellent.
I'm ready.
Yeah, so today's topic is I want you to describe a time that you went to a restaurant, okay? And you ate some sort of a strange food there, okay? Maybe some unpleasant experience. Uh, you can tell me when did it happen, what kind of restaurant, the food you ordered, what's so strange about the experience. Okay? So 1 minute for you, yeah? Starting now.
Okay.
Okay, time is up. Are you ready? Yeah,
Yes.
so you can start speaking now. Yeah, don't worry if I stop you. I will tell you when the time is up. 2 minutes starting now. Could you start speaking, please?
So today I'm gonna share with you about a time I went to a really fancy restaurant to taste sushi. It was like about 2 years ago. At that time, I was really busy with my reports and meetings in my company. So after that nerve-wracking time, I decided to go to a restaurant with my friends to relax and unwind, to escape from the responsibility for my work. And at that time, it was on my best friend's birthday, so we decided to call sushi her favorite food. But to be honest, I didn't like the taste of sushi at all because like there was raw fish on each piece of sushi. Uh, to be honest, I didn't want to try it at first, but my friends was so excited about it. So I didn't want to let her down and I decided to try. The taste were like kind of interesting, but to be honest, it was really disgusting because to me it was so bland and I didn't like the texture of the raw fish. Besides, I think although it was fancy restaurant, but the fish were really stale and lost its freshness. So, and after that night, when I went home, I had a stomach ache. So, to be honest, I think that in the future, I won't come back to the restaurant. Although, yeah, the service was kind of good, the staff were really friendly, but to be honest, it was a really unpleasant experience for me because I don't like to try sushi at all. So maybe in the future, when I go with my friend, I will tell her that I don't want to try sushi anymore. I will tell her that I don't like Japanese food. So yeah, that is the
Okay, thank
time
you.
I taste a strange food.
Right. So, what can you do to avoid, not going to places like this?
Maybe, yeah, relationships. Everyone trusts and honesty. So next time when my friend asks me out to a Chinese restaurant, I would say no. And I would tell them the reasons why I don't like Japanese food. And of course, I would tell them about this experience.
Okay, right. So we've been talking about a restaurant that you went to and you didn't really have a pleasant experience with, yeah? And I would like to ask you some questions related to this topic, right? So why do people enjoy dining out at restaurants instead of staying at home and making the food?
Well, as I see it, there's several reasons for this. They want to go to a restaurant first because they want to celebrate their achievements. As its restaurant is a really special atmosphere that cannot be replicated at home. So yeah, restaurant is a great place for them to celebrate their birthdays or celebrate wedding ceremonies, for example. And the second reason is that people do not have to face some hassles when it comes to organizing a party because at home they have to like plan in advance, they have to go shopping for the ingredients, they have to make like invitations and they have to cook and then they have to clean up everything after the party is over. So when they go out to eat at a restaurant, they can eliminate the need to clean up and organize. So I think those are the reasons why people love dining out at a restaurant.
Okay. So, so before you decide to go to a restaurant or to choose a restaurant to go to, what are some of the factors that you consider before going there?
Well, there's several factors when it comes to choosing a restaurant. And for me, first, it's about the service. Like for me, the staff at the restaurant have to be really friendly and they are willing to assist customers. Like for example, if I am at that restaurant for the first time, the staff have to be friendly and offer recommendations when needed. Besides, the location is really important because, yeah, of course, if I go to a restaurant and throw a party, I have to invite my friends and my family members. But the location of restaurant have to be really convenient. Like it can be easily accessed and it may be close to my friend's house or my friend's company.
Like location is key, huh? Right. Okay. Now let's think about a little bit bigger. So in what ways do restaurants contribute to the local economy?
Um, well, to be honest, like economics is not my areas of expertise, but maybe it can like a good restaurant can contribute something to the local economy by generating more profits. Like, of course, popular restaurants can attract tourists from other places, and when they go to that area, they of course they will go to that restaurant, but they also spend money on accommodation, on transportation, and I think that that is a way that a good restaurant can contribute to boost the profits and the economy of the local area.
Contribute to boosting the profit. Okay, earning more money. Excellent. Okay, final question today. Yeah, how can restaurants provide a pleasant uh, experience for the customers? What can they do?
Uh, well, in order to make customer feel comfortable, of course, I think there are several factors. First is about the organization of a restaurant. Like they have to provide customers with comfortable sitting and maybe cozy sofas or cozy tables and chairs for them to sit down to enjoy the service. Besides, the decoration is also important. You have to decorate, like not use too many decorations to make the place feel cramped, but instead they should use some ornaments to add the visual appeal to the place. And the music background is really important, so they have to keep the volume to an acceptable level so that the customers can enjoy the service as well as the background music at the same time. For example, for me, if I go to a restaurant and they play BTS music, of course I will stay there longer and enjoy the service there.
Okay, thank you. Well, that is the end of the speaking test. Okay.
Okay, thanks
Uh,
God.
ooh, how do you feel?
I feel normal. I feel nervous at first. I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know how to describe my feeling right now. So
Yeah,
confused.
I try my very best to make you feel comfortable.
Hi, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so here are some feedback that I could see. So you said that in the last test you got a 7 in speaking, right? Mm.
Yeah.
And so from speaking in general, what do you feel like your weakest area? And what's the reason you to achieve that score?
Maybe my fluency. I think sometimes I make pauses because I run out of ideas and I think about grammar and vocabulary. And
Hmm.
the second thing I need to improve is my pronunciation. I think sometimes I mispronounce some words and maybe I forgot the final sounds. I think.
I don't see that. I didn't notice you forgetting any final sounds here. It's just there's certainly some words that you mispronounce. Yeah.
Mm,
Like this is a typical example. Let me just show you some of the feedback I have here. Oops, sorry. Not that. Okay, so we start with the first one.
okay. This is psychology.
Okay, the first one is the word father, which is, I think, a common mistake for students from the South or people from the South in general. They often just use the
Mm,
D. They say father instead of
a
father. That,
feather.
yeah, so you just, I mean, I think you just got to be a little bit careful when you're saying this word or words that containing this sound. Huh? The next one
Yeah.
is, how do you say that word again? Do you say,
Decision.
so that's a mistake. It should be decision.
Decision.
Yeah. But
Decision.
you say the Z is like a Z. It's a S, it's
The
not a Z. It's decision.
decision.
Mhm.
Mm,
And the second thing is sometimes you forget the stress of the words. So like this, the next
like
word here. Where's the stress?
um, yes, I think
No, the next one, psychology. Where's the stress?
psychology.
Yeah, psychology. The stress in car, yeah? but sometimes it doesn't sound very clear that the stress is there. Okay. Now, the next problem I think is with vocabulary. Okay. Vocabulary is
Mm-hmm.
when I ask you a question, you tend to start your answer with yes, I think. And yes, I think.
Mm.
Okay. And it shows to me that there's a limitation of different phrases that you can use to start an answer. Okay. So for yes and
Mm.
no question, yeah, instead of saying yes, I think, yes, I think, yes, I think, right? What are some other phrases that we can use?
As
Can
I
you think of
see it,
as I see it?
um, if you ask me, um, as far as I'm concerned,
As
I
I'm
learned these
concerned.
phrases last week, but when I was in the test, I forgot everything.
Where did you learn it from?
I learned it from a, a, a video from by a native speaker. I think
Yeah.
he's a native speaker.
Yeah, okay. First is let's start with the word I think. Yeah. Let's change the word to something else. I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying I think, yeah. But obviously we want to vary our language a bit. Okay, so you can say, I believe, or my take on this is that, okay? Yeah, my take on this is
Seems to
that.
me.
It
It
seems to
seems
me
to
that.
me.
It seems to me that. Yeah, it seems to me that. Or when you want to say yes, yeah, there's so many phrases you can say for yes. You can say sure, of course, certainly,
Yeah.
okay, definitely, absolutely. Do you like traveling? Oh, sure, I love traveling. But you want to vary your language by the first word you start your answer already. The second one is still in the limitation of your vocabulary. It's the phrase rose to starter. You keep using that phrase over and over again.
Yeah.
And one thing they look for in IELTS, yeah, is not as much as C1 or C2 words, but they don't want to see repetition. Uh, so you want to avoid repetition of words. So rising to stardom is one phrase to become famous. Is there any other expression that you know?
Uh, become well known.
Okay. Yeah, or just rise to fame. Okay. Becoming famous. Okay. Well known. Or being in the spotlight. Okay. Uh,
Uh,
being in the center of attention. You say, well, I mean, being famous or being in the center of attention is always not always easy. Or being in the public eye, yeah. It gives you a lot of pressure where you always have to try to pretend to be this perfect person, where you have to watch out for everything that you say, something like that. Okay. So find different expressions, yeah, to make your language more natural, and find some phrases, not just individual words, but phrases. Okay. Yeah.
mm,
This word has the wrong stress. The word content, that word has two stress actually, depending on the word form you use. Yeah. So if we say the job of content creator, then it should be content, the first syllable. But if the stress in the second syllable mean content, then that means you are happy with something. Okay, you accept it. I'm content with my life now. So be careful because the stress often changes depending on the word form. Huh? Okay. The second thing that you can improve is sentence stress. Okay, sentence stress. So sentence stress is essentially means that in a sentence we want to stress on the important words of the sentence. Okay. I have recorded the video, which I will show you now in part two answer, where you could have improved more. Let's take a look. 1 second. Once again. Ta-da-da-da. Okay, so we're moving on to part two. This is your performance. Topic is I want to a rap period. Let's skip to time is up. Are you ready? Okay,
yes.
so you can start speaking now. Yeah, don't worry if I stop you. I will tell you when the time is up. 2 minutes starting now. Could you start speaking, please?
So today I'm gonna share with you about a time I went to a really fancy restaurant.
That's the problem. Today I'm gonna share with you a time that I went to a restaurant. The watch is very flat. Okay.
Mm.
Mm. let me do it differently, and then you can see.
I share with you about a time.
I will share with you about time, right? And I will say, well, today I'll share with you about time, share, time. Okay. I stress on the keywords of the sentence.
I went to a really fancy restaurant.
I went to a really fancy restaurant. Yeah. So
Yeah.
stress on fancy restaurant. So all right. So today I'm gonna tell you about a time that I went to this really cool or really fancy restaurant. It sounds a bit different in terms of pronunciation. Yeah. So the area for improvement here in this case is sentence stress. You want to learn to stress on words that are providing meaning to the sentence. Okay. And those words are often the nouns and the verbs, usually. Now, I think you have pretty good intonation and fluency. Actually, if you were to take the test again, I think your fluency would get around an 8 for this one. Every single answer, you give a very solid answer, I would say. Very well-rounded response, yeah? With a lot of interesting ideas. So fluency is never really a problem, I don't think. Problem is probably in the limitation of vocabulary, the range of it, and some minor pronunciation mistakes, which is getting you stuck in a band 7. With fluency, I don't think is a problem.
To taste sushi. It was like about 2 years ago. At that
Good. 2 years ago, so good connected speech. That's a good part of the pronunciation.
time, I was really busy with my reports and meetings in my company.
The wrong track, huh? With my reports. See, it should have been
Mm.
with my reports.
Reports?
Yeah,
Okay.
reports. Yeah. Now I follow this rule, and I think you can follow this rule as well. It's called this rule is sign dấu biển. Let's say you have a word like this. Usually when we speak, we just say university, right?
Mm.
Or if you stress on it, then where's the stress then?
University.
Yeah. So I use
Universe.
instead of saying you, I say you. The we and I will go
You.
down.
Yeah.
University.
University.
University. Okay, so currently I'm a student or a sophomore at XYZ ABC XYZ University, and so go down on the non-stressed syllable and go up on the stressed syllable. Okay, that's a habit. Yeah, it's like the same word, another word. Yeah, let's see like this. Yeah, so instead of saying pronunciation, don't say pro, say pro.
Oh,
None.
pro.
C.
Nine. C.
Pronunciation. Yeah, I think you have pretty good
From.
pronunciation.
Mm.
Can you try that? Can you try saying that word with dấu sắc and dấu điền?
Pronunciation.
Don't say none, say none. Go down.
Pronunciation.
Yes, much better.
Pronunciation.
Because the reason we go down on the non-stress syllable is that we want to really emphasize on the stress one. Yeah, giving it more attention. Uh, so that's another mistake. Not really a mistake, but an area for improvement. There's also the same problem appears again with the limitation of discourse markers. Yeah, you keep saying to be honest, to be honest, to be honest. Okay.
Mm.
Now, is there any other expressions that we can use for this? Similar expressions to be honest.
Well,
Well,
I don't know.
you can say, well, honestly, yeah,
Honestly. Okay.
yeah. To be
Honestly.
honest, honestly, to tell you the truth,
Mm-hmm.
to tell you the truth, okay. Frankly, uh, generally speaking, honestly speaking, frankly speaking, uh, or just say, to be honest, so to be honest,
Mm.
it's often used when you want to say no, okay? So like, do you like traveling? To be honest, I don't really like traveling that much. You can say, traveling is not that fun. Can be quite expensive. So, see, And you also want to match your intonation, yeah, when you're saying these phrases. So I think you don't have to remember like 10 phrases. That would be too much. But learn some of your favorite ones. Let's say set 3 or 5 of them to be ready for any questions so that you can show the range in the test. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I always have like 3 to 5 of my favorite. And I just keep using them again, again, and again. Yeah. So I think that's the biggest problem. It's a limitation. Uh, okay. Some wrong stress and pronunciation errors. Yeah. So like the word ceremony. Yes, ceremony, wrong stress. How do you say that
Ceremony.
word? Yeah, next one.
Ceremony. Ceremony.
Ceremony. Go follow the rule of dấu sắc dấu huyền.
Ceremony.
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 Moni. Go down on me. Don't say me,
Ceremony.
just say yeah, ceremony. How do you say that word again? This word?
Ceremony.
Oh, the word I just typed. Do you say ha?
Hassle.
No, it should
Hassle.
be hassle. It's an S. Yeah, not a Z.
Hassle.
Yeah, it's a hassle. Yeah,
Alright. I
hassle.
learned
So
it last week. I forgot to check the pronunciations.
yeah, it's a bit of a hassle. Something annoyance. Yeah,
Yeah.
inconvenience. Um, so yeah, make invitations. Okay, you have limitation with the phrase besides. Yeah, he's saying besides a lot too. Uh, So my
Besides.
suggestion is you can say apart from that. Okay, apart from that, in addition to yeah, not only that. Yeah. Uh, my favorite. Like on top of that. Okay, what's more? What else? Another thing is. Yeah, another thing is. Yeah. When you add another idea, yeah, don't just use beside. So overall, I think your two key problems that appear throughout the test is that you lack transitional phrases. Okay. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
the second thing is some minor pronunciation mistakes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so mistakes are with individual words. Individual
Mm-hmm.
words is one. Stress is one, and sentence stress. Yeah, sentence stress. Yeah. So those are, I think, the main problem. Intonation, your intonation is very good. You always speak with a lot of emotions on your face. So that's definitely is one of your strengths. Uh,
Uh,
yeah.
so,
So
can I ask a question like, what is the difference between sentence stress and intonation?
intonation is the ability to speak with rising and falling like this to show emotions. Okay. Sentence stress is about stressing the important words in a
Mm.
sentence. Okay. Uh, so how do you okay, so let's say you got a sentence like this. Okay? Let's say you have a sentence like this, yeah?
Mm.
Now, if you have intonation, then let's say your
Mm.
friend just got a new phone, huh? And then you're really surprised, okay? Because maybe uh, it's an expensive phone, huh? So you say, wow, you got a new phone. So that's emotion. What if she's not very rich, right? But somehow she bought a new iPhone and she said, you got a new phone? Really? Ah, so same sentence but different emotion. Yeah, one is surprise, one is questioning, unsure about the fact. Now, sentence stress is we want to look at this sentence and we think, okay, so which words got a new phone? Sorry, I typed in mistyped. You got a new phone, and so in this sentence, yeah, what do you think is the important words that we need to stress?
You and new and latest.
Not enough. More. It should be more. You got a new
Uh,
phone, which is one of the latest iPhone models.
you got, you got a
You got
new
a new
phone.
phone. So got phone. which is one of the latest iPhone models, right? So got, new phone, latest iPhone models, yeah? So that's sentence stress. If you want to stress on the words that carry the meaning of the sentence, and the words that do not carry the meaning of the sentence, we tend to just connect them, say them very quickly. Which is one of the latest, which is one of the latest, which is one of the latest. One of the, okay? So let's say one of the best. So in English, yeah, there's another aspect that I think you're not aware of, but you should know about. It's called sound reduction. Okay, sound reduction is basically we don't say one of the best. We say, listen to me, one of the best, one of the best. So is now turned into an yeah, a schwa sound, a schwa sound. Right? So that's something that you can work on to improve even more. Yeah, these things will take time because it's a habit that we don't usually use to speak. So it takes some time. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I practice by shadowing a lot. I watch a lot of like videos by my favorite YouTubers and then I shadowing.
Well, who
Like
do you
I did
shadow?
practice at my favorite YouTuber.
Who?
um Anna Akana. You know her?
Anna Kara? I think I know. She's makes some funny videos. I am a vlogger, isn't it?
Yeah,
Uh,
Anna Akana. I love Anna Akana and somebody whose name I don't remember.
she actually looks like you in some way, huh? Anna Karen.
Anna?
Yeah.
Yeah, I copy her style.
Interesting. Right. And not just her, yeah, try to listen to a range of accents. Learn different.
Yeah, but do you think that shadowing works? Do you think
Yeah,
it
of course it
works for
does.
me?
Yeah, it does.
Hmm.
Yeah. But I feel like
Okay.
the pitch of your voice sometimes can be a bit too high.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe
Yeah.
you can learn to learn from somebody who has a lower pitch to see the way that
Oh,
they stress more. Yeah, will give you
okay.
a different experience. Let me just look on my YouTube channel to see if I know anyone who is has a lower pitched. Ah, there we go. But she speaks like in a British accent in some way. Let me just share the channel. Is Sadie a psychologist? She's a psychologist.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
often listen to this podcast.
Fucks given. It's the subtle art of not giving a fuck podcast.
This is the first in-studio interview on the subtle art of not giving a
See, this is the first in-studio interview. I speak in very low pitch, yeah. But you will be like, this is just being in studio. It's a very high pitch. Okay, so I want you to
Yeah.
experiment a little bit, yeah, with listening to people who have a lower pitch.
fuck podcast. Honored to have you as a guest.
Extremely honored to be here. I've been saying this online all the time. I am the biggest Mark Manson fan. You're the
Okay, that's one. Do you want to listen to males or just only females? This one is
Of course, as long as they are interesting, like Anna.
very, very interesting. But most of them, I listen to a lot of psychology videos, so I don't know if that's something you would be interested in.
Okay, I would
Culture. It's
take
all
a
around us.
screenshot
We live in a
and then
generation that
try.
glorifies.
Huh? Can you say that
Yeah.
again? I didn't see. I didn't hear it. Yeah.
Uh, okay, but yeah, thank you. I will like take a look at the
And
video
considers
and
hustle a sign of success. And for
try some of
understandable
the
reasons.
video.
Yeah. So it's Shay's resign. I just sent the link. Shay resign. So take a look at this. Yeah. See if it is something you enjoy. Okay.
Yeah.
And try to speak like them. Yeah, I think you're very close to getting an 8. Yeah, very close. Just
Thank you.
minor tweaks in the way that you speak. and then you get there. But you gotta
But
work
you think that at least I can achieve a 7.5?
easily. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, just work on some of the problems I talked about today, yeah? And you should be on your way to getting a higher score. I also have an
Okay, so
English group where there's a lot of members there who are also trying to achieve a 7 or higher. Would you like to join?
I guess
Okay, here's the link.
I love
Yeah,
to.
yeah, many of them have gotten an 8 already. Wait a second, where's the invite link? Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Anyway, I'll send it to you later, okay? So any questions for
Yeah.
me that you have? Any questions? Any part you don't
So
understand or yeah.
um I need to work on my sentence stress and self reduction and transitional phrases. Yeah,
Yeah,
these things I need to work on.
linking the ideas
Yeah,
together.
looking
Yeah.
at. Okay, thank you.
I will
Uh,
send you the video that I recorded today so that you can all review your own performance and
yeah.
analyze it. Yeah. And try to answer it again to see if we can do it even better.
Okay, thank you. So thank you so much. So
Okay, bye bye. Bye bye,
okay,
Bong.
so goodbye.
Boom.
Thank you.
See you.
안녕.